Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here, the Cornerman _MMA, with a good friend of mine, Tecia Pennington. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on the wedding. I know we were talking a little before. It really is awesome. Just settling down. There's nothing like it. I know you guys obviously were extremely serious, but it's really great married life and like talking about kids and everything. But so I want to circle back to your last fight. Start from the beginning. You and Raquel fought on the same card. Is that the first time that's ever happened with the two of you? I was trying
No,
to
I think
think.
that was the fourth time. The second time in the
Fourth time.
UFC, and then we fought twice together at Invicta. That's how we
Okay,
met. In 2012, I made my pro debut, and she fought in the same card as well. That's how we met.
cool. Awesome, awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't know. That's awesome. So, you guys that night, you guys both fought great. She fought Aspen Ladd. You fought Mackenzie Dern. I know at American Top Team sometimes people switch up coaches within the team. I don't know. Do you guys have the same striking coach, or do you guys like switch up between? How does it work?
We have pretty much the same coaches.
Yeah.
The only one different is probably jiu-jitsu, but I really
hmm
wouldn't say I have a jiu-jitsu coach. I just kind of do it.
Yeah, it gets like that. Yeah, I remember when I was fighting, it gets like that. But no, I asked that because you both just had such great game plans, and they weren't the same. Like there's so many times where you see like that's what makes a good coach. I feel like there's some coaches that their program has to be their way, and everyone's going to win this way or lose, and like it clearly is not like that with the camp that you guys have going on. I felt that Raquel did a great job. I remember watching Aspen Ladd's fight previously, and I remember saying, "Man, if she fights a woman that's going to finish combinations, she's going to lose this fight all day." And Raquel was so good at getting her to throw hands, and then Raquel finished every combination. It was masterful. And then you with the counter striking, the spinning back kicks, you just did a great job of just like the bullfighter almost, just having Mackenzie come into you. Hats off to you guys from your camp, but like I was saying, this YouTube channel is dedicated to judging bridging the disconnect between fight camps and judges and commissions on MMA scoring. And your last fight is a good example of what we're trying to focus on here. I felt you won that fight. A lot of other people felt you won that fight. I just tell us about like immediately after, like how what was the reaction after? Like I'm sure you felt the same way I did. I'm sure like your coaches felt. What did the coaches say? People in the locker room, promotion.
Uh, 9 out of 10 people thought I won the fight. I mean, everyone
Yeah.
I spoke to told me I won the fight, but seeing online, like every single score, like of the media people had me winning. I thought I'd won. I've been in this game for a very long time. Yes, I know leaving it to judges is hard, but I
Mhm.
clearly thought I won round one and three. Obviously, round two I didn't win. So yeah, it just sucks because like I outstruck her 2-1. Granted, yes, she was the aggressor, but I still outstruck her 2-1. I'm the one who was hitting her more than she was hitting me. She
Mhm.
couldn't take me down. She had a jump guard in the second round to take me down when she said she was going to take me down. Like, I don't know. I was a lot faster than her. It just
Yep.
sucks, like when you get to this stage of the game, like honestly, a lot of times it has to do with politics and like sometimes judges like the other person a little bit more than you.
Mhm.
I don't know what it was, but at the end of the day, I didn't do enough to, sway the judges, I guess. But I really thought I won, and I thought I did an amazing job. Like people doubted me, thought I was gonna get submitted in the first round, and everybody saw it in the second round. Like I defended every single one of her
That
submissions.
Kimura attempt was nasty.
Kimura, the leg lock, the freaking arm bar, and I think one
Mhm.
other. And then she tried to do like the toe hold type thing or something like that. And it's just like we honestly in my camp did not even really focus on the Kimura. So we went over like armbar, triangle, rear naked choke, like the main ones, but Kimura
Mhm.
wasn't big. So that was just like pure adrenaline and stuff. And like it hurt to an extent, but not to an extent where I thought I needed to tap at any point. That was the
Mhm.
obviously the tightest thing, and it was the closest to doing anything to me. The rest of them, I didn't feel like the knee bar, the ankle thing, the arm bar was all fine. Just the Kimura I felt, but I didn't feel at any point like, oh, I'm about to tap. So I was
Yeah.
excited, you know. I fought a black belt and I did her game, jujitsu, and I survived.
No, you did great. You did absolutely awesome. You know, you just and you stayed calm. Like just that Kimura was deep. It was so funny. Like, when my wife watches you, Dustin, Glover, any of my friends fight, like this other person comes out of her. Like she just she just starts screaming these obscenities that and we were all laughing. She's like, then she just kind of sat there like this going into the third round. It was so
Yeah.
funny. But no, listen, the other reason why I think you won too is like I had Andy Foster, the California State Athletic Commission director, on here. I didn't ask about this fight, but he made it clear like this is a damage game, and like this is like you clearly, aside from that one, Kimura put on more damage and put on more to do in that
Hmm.
fight. You know, like Grant, 2 rounds to 1. Like I think that it was across the board. Um, Now, and like I know we were discussing earlier, and later that night, and I said this on like the video the next day of this YouTube channel. Aljamain Sterling won his title fight in the same fashion that you did. Like he was counter striking, but he was making Peter Yan run into stuff. Um, at one point, I mean, granted, I think it was 3 rounds to 2 as opposed to the 2 rounds to 1 that you had. But and I granted, like it's not, it might, I don't think it was the same 3 judges, but regardless, it's the same night. It's the same, it's
Hmm.
the same commission, and like this is where like we have a disconnect, and this is why this is stuff we have to focus on. Um, I played that fight over, especially after like reading the rules and everything. I couldn't see how they gave you that fight. I guess they just
Hmm.
scored different things differently. But no, that's more or less what I wanted to ask on. I felt you won. Um, anything else down the pipe? Anything else on the works right now?
No, I'm taking some time off right now, just enjoying life and seeing what happens in the next few months. But I have a question. So when we fight, there's different judges. It's not the same 3 judges the entire night.
Right. Yes. Okay. So,
Never knew
um,
that.
yeah. So it kind of goes like this. Like I learned this too in the last month. I'm by no means an expert. Like, um, there's 3 judges, and they all sit in like different angles. Like they
Hmm.
like a triangle. Like one's here,
Yeah.
one's here, one's here, and
So
then
they
they
can't
move
talk.
around. Sorry.
So they
What'd
can't
you say?
talk. Is that why they?
Yes.
Is that why they? Yeah.
Well, so they can't talk in different angles, like in
Okay.
case somebody misses something. So then they move to the next fight, and then on their fourth, so to speak, or fourth or fifth, then they get a break. So they're not all. And
Oh.
usually now, some commissions have only 4, 3 or 4. Some commissions have 3 on staff that night, and they just keep rotating
Mm.
depending on the size of the card. But the big ones like Nevada and California, I believe they have 5 to 7 on staff a night.
Oh wow.
So
I never knew
yeah,
that.
you're getting a break. Yeah, I just learned that as well. um, but so yeah, I'll have to go back and look and see if you guys had the same judges. We could do that, but yeah. So no, that's more or less what I wanted to go over. See, we learn something new every day. I mean, I think keep up the great work. That was awesome.
Thank
I really
you.
yeah no, and it's really good to hear from you again. It's really good to speak
Yeah,
again.
I wish honestly the whole open scoring thing was a thing. That
Mm-hmm.
would make me feel better because then it's like, okay, I know that I won the first round, or you
Mm-hmm.
guys gave it to her the first round, then damn, the next 2 rounds I gotta win. But when it's not open scoring, the way it is, it's hard. You never know what's gonna happen, especially when it goes to the judges. And unfortunately, a lot of my fights go to the judges.
Yeah,
But
I had that.
if they had a vote, I'd vote for open scoring.
That's something else that we discuss on here a lot is the open scoring. I think that's coming. I know like Kansas does it, Invicta does it.
Hmm.
Positive response. And one other thing I wish they did, I actually spoke with a few commissioners and they started doing this. I know Connecticut started doing this. Is I feel like we're just expected to know what the scoring is. Yeah, we know it's a fight. We know how to fight mixed martial arts, but clearly we don't know what you're looking for. Like
Yeah.
I wish that they had like, and Connecticut started doing this where they hand out at weigh-ins to all the fighters. They hand out a criteria pamphlet where they say like this is the scoring. At least do that. Some like I wanted them to have one of the judges at weigh-ins be like, listen, we're looking for here in these situations. We're going to score you there. But baby steps, right? But I think that we're on the way to open scoring. Like imagine baseball where you didn't know the score, or football until the end of the game. It's I think that's coming our way for sure. I'm on board with the open scoring.
Yeah, I really hope so. And the whole what they want to score would be cool too. It's just
Hmm.
because like, some people are really heavy on if the wrestling is, some people like the striking.
Yeah.
They'll go more for the strike. Obviously, in my fight, I felt like they were more. I don't know, just for aggression or something, because she didn't do anything to me except for the second round. Obviously, when she was very dominant.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
I don't
no,
know,
no.
like different judges, maybe they came from a wrestling background. Maybe they like watching wrestling. I know a lot
Mhm,
of them don't even have any martial arts experience to begin with, which I
mhm.
think that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't fault them too much for if they don't have the martial arts background, as long as they are, as long as they're proven that they could do this job. That's how I look at it. Like, I kind
Mhm.
of make the example of, like, I had surgery on my face. I didn't ask the plastic surgeon if he suffered the same injury and healed. So like I trusted, like, but he had us. This is what I came up with, where I would like a judge at the weigh-ins, because like that surgeon, he sat down with me 3 times before I had the surgery, and he convinced me that he was a professional and he was good at what he does. We don't
Uh-huh.
even know who the judges are until we get in there. So like that's another part of the disconnect. They need to show us that, yes, we're capable. Here we are. We're talking to you. That's what I'm trying to do here. But where are we going? Open scoring. And it does say in the rules, like, it does breakdowns, but let's face it, like you said, there is preference. Like
Mhm.
there is cause for preference. We see it all the time. You know, I mean, people think I'm crazy. I think that submissions for the most part are undervalued. Not in your fight, but like I'm saying, like, I think that, like, that people in some instances should look at chokes a little more, as far as, like, a choke should be more than a jab or something along those lines.
Mhm.
But like, I have an opinion, so like, it's all opinion based. But that's basically it, Tecia. Thank you so much for coming on. You can go back to
You're
cleaning your
welcome.
room, and we'll stay
Thank
in
you.
touch. I hope. All right, have a good one.
All right, bye. You have a good one
Bye.
too.